Oh, yeah. In method overriding, please try to understand, yes. In method overriding, return type either must be same type or it can be a covariant type. So here is a question comes in. What is the meaning of covariant type? This is the last point I would like to explain in method overriding concept in the polymorphism topic. Okay. Okay. So guys, our point is what? In method overriding, method return types must be same. They must have the same return type, or the overridden method can have a covariant type. So what is covariant type? Here is a question comes in. I will explain that. That's why I'm giving this point today. Okay. Observe here. In method overriding, the return type of the methods or return type of the overridden method, better. The return type of the overridden method in child class must have the same return type, of the parent class method, or it can have a covariant type. It can have return type as a covariant type. So here comes in what is covariant type. Am I clear with you? Now I want to tell you what is covariant type. See guys, for example, assume that I have a class called student. Guys, let's say that I have a class called student. Please try to understand. I'll tell you. Yeah. Guys, everyone, let's say for example, I have a class called student. And I have two child classes of it. Let's say for example, day scholar. Okay, I have a one class called day scholar. I'm not sure of the spelling. Okay, day scholar, and second one is hostler. Guys, I have something called as day scholar and hostler. What I'm saying here, day scholar is one child class of this. Hostler is also one child class of this. Suppose in parent class, I have a method like this. Please understand. In parent class, I have a method called public. Return type is student. Get student of int id. So this is a method in parent class. This is a method I have in parent class, guys. In child class, I have a method like sorry, I have a method like this. Public. Return type is a day scholar. Get student of int id. Okay, guys. If you look at this, guys, what I'm saying here. If you look at this, what I'm saying here. There are two methods here, the get student and get student. This method is in parent class. Assume that this is a method in parent class. Okay. And this is a method in child class. This method is in what? Child class, guys. Did you get my point, guys? The first method is in parent class and the second method is in what? Child class. What's the return type here? Could you tell me what's the return type here?
Student.
Student in parent class. What's the return type in child class? I'm overriding the method, same method, right? Get student with the same parameter ID. But in child class, what's the return type I'm using? Day scholar. Who is day scholar? Day scholar is a covariant type of student. Am I right? Because day scholar is a child class of student class, right? So we can say day scholar is a covariant type. Even hostler is also another covariant type of student. So this is allowed. This is correct. Either return type must be same, or in child class, the overridden method can have return type as a covariant type. So how many of people have understood this point? How many of you guys have understood this point?
This is about overriding, right?
Yes.
Overriding
Yes.
concept.
I'm talking about overriding only.
Okay. Usually
That's why I'm using
overriding
parent class
allow-
and child class, right? That's why I'm using parent class and child class, the words. Because overriding, we cannot do it in the same class. So if you want to override a method, you must create a child class, and in child class only you can override a method. Am I right?
Yes, correct. So here covariant means it's a similar form of
Subtype.
a child class. Yes.
Subtype. Covariant type means either same type or it's a subtype.
Okay.
Okay, so day scholar is a subtype of student,
Yes.
and hostler is also one more subtype of student.
Mhm.
So now we can say both day scholar and hostler are covariant types of student. Okay. How many of you guys understood this point? Can I expect some response from your end?
From my end, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Guys, others?
Yes, sir. Understand.
Okay. 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 You understood. Good. Good. What about the other guys too? Hope everybody clear with this.
Yes, sir.
Hope everyone is clear with this. Yes. Yeah. So that's what the meaning of covariant type. That's what I would like to say. Either return type must be same or return type must be a covariant type. Okay. That is a thumb rule for overriding a method. Okay. Okay. I would like to write examples. Example 1. Example 1. So let me write class A. Class A. Sorry. Class A. Sorry. Yeah. Now, okay. Class A. Now, inside this, I just want to write a method. Let's say, just I'm using example 1 is just like our methods only. I mean, just normal methods only. So let me write void. Return type is void here. Okay. And method name is something like M1 of index. Then we have a class B. Obviously. Child class B, class B, extends A, class A. Class B extends class A. Am I clear with you? Class B extends class A. And we want to override a method, right? So for that, we have to use annotation called what override. We can use it, suppose if you want. Then here also I'm writing public void M1 of index. Okay. So guys, can I use public here? That's the first question. If you look at base class, in parent class, I don't have any public access modifier there. We don't have an access modifier called public, or we don't have an access specifier called public.
Yeah, you can write now inside.
Can use it.
Okay. So this is
has more
default
access.
here, right? By default is default. We know that.
Yeah.
If no
Yes.
if no specifier is given, by default is default.
Yes.
But here we are writing with what? Public.
Public.
So we are
yes.
overriding with public. Am I right?
Correct.
Yes. So can I do that?
Yes, we can.
Yes. We
Public
can do
has
that.
more accessibility.
Yes. Correct. We can do that. Good to go. Yes. Because I told in yesterday's class, right?
Yeah.
When you're overriding the method, overridden method in child class should have either same level of accessibility or even it could have a more level of accessibility. But if you try to make it as low level accessibility, then you will get an error, compile time error. Okay. Good to go. Thank you. So this is how, guys, everybody, please try to understand. This is correct. It's example one. But here return type is what? Void. And here also return type is what? Void. So the return type must be either same type or could be covariant type. But if you take like void or any primitive types like int or float or something, so there we don't have any covariant types, because covariant type means you need to have a subclass. Suppose if you're at int there and a long here, or long there and int here, and say that sir, long int, these are all belongs to same type, na? Integer types, right? So they are called covariant types. Don't say like that. Covariant type is applicable for classes, not for primitive types. We don't have any primitive covariant types. Got it? So covariant types applicable for classes only. For example, I have student, or like yesterday we took something called as there is, for example, a class called user and another class called a premium user. So we can set premium user a covariant type of user. Okay, got it? So this is example one. Now example two. Example two. Please try to understand. Okay, there is example two. Just to understand what is covariant type, I'm writing. Sorry, I'm writing all these things. So let me write a class called class. Okay, let's say class name is let's say student service. Class name is student service. Okay, there is a method public, return type is student, get student is a method with the parameter of int id of the student is given as argument, and there is a logic inside, we leave it. This is called student service. Then I wanted one more class called class, child class I'm creating, right? Child class I'm creating class, and class name is something like let's say day scholar student service. Extends student service. And I'm overriding this method. So at the rate override is annotation for that. For that annotation is override, then I'm using public. Okay, public. And I want to use, like something public, right? And I want to use return type as day scholar, and return type get student of ID. I'm overriding that method. Okay, cool. Okay, so if you look at this, no, this is day scholar return type, but this is student as a return type. So I'm overriding this method, and this is a covariant type of student, which is nothing but day scholar is a child class of student class. If a class is a child class of student class, that is called covariant type. If I write reverse, for example, here I'm writing the day scholar and here I'm writing the student, then they are not called covariant types. Okay, so don't misunderstand now. If I write day scholar as a return type in the parent class and a student as a return type in the child class, if I interchange these two, then it is going to give compile time error, because they are not going to become covariant types. The overridden method in child class can have covariant type as a return type, not the method in the parent class. It's a method in the child class can have return type as a covariant type. Okay, hope my point is clear for you. Hope my point is very clear for you. Okay, I would like to write the point here. Okay, what is the assumption? Student is a parent class. Here our assumption is that student is a parent class and day scholar is a child class of it. So day scholar is a covariant type. So did you understand this, folks? Everyone, am I clear with this explanation? This is all comes under method overriding. So with this, I want to conclude method overriding. Now I want to ask a question, guys, and I also give you 2 minutes of time. Please try to write answer for this question by everyone into your notebook or into rough paper, wherever. I'm sorry, I'm not writing any answer. So you have to write the differences between all the differences, whatever you know. Write the differences between method overloading and method overriding. Everybody, I just want to give you 2 minutes of time. I'm not going to speak or explain anything for the next 5 minutes. Please try to think as many differences that you can remember. Please write them now. Please write them now. If in case, for example, you want to take the support of Google or something, please take the help, but write on paper. Am I clear with you, guys? Am I clear with you? Are you going to write now? Differences between method. First, you try to write your own differences, whatever you remembered.
Yes, sir.
Put one side method overloading, other side method overriding, for example. Put one side method overloading, other side method overriding, and try to find all the differences. And please try to make sure that you are writing the differences between method overloading and method overriding. How many differences that you know, please write down. I'll give 5 minutes of time. I'll wait, no problems. Okay, I'll pause the recording for 5 minutes.
Okay, sir. Sir, in the above example,
Yeah.
you have given student is parent class. It is student or student service is a parent class.
No, I expected the same doubt. Actually, student services one class I have already. I expected this out actually. I'm thinking whether nobody's asking this doubt. Student service is one parent class. Day scholar student service child class. That is okay. Similarly, I have one more parent class called student. Assume that. That's what our assumption.
Okay, sir.
Assume that there is, see, there only student service is a parent class. There can be other classes also, no?
Okay,
So
sir.
student is also one class I have like this. Day scholar also one more child class I have for the student class. Like that, I have other classes in my application, something like that.
Okay, sir.
I'll give you guys. I'll give you approximately 5 minutes of time. I'll wait. Okay, I will wait for 5 minutes. Please try to read all the differences, whatever. Please try to think on this. Don't ask Google or something else. Don't go to any website and just copy the same, but try to think on your own and try to write in your own words what you know about the differences between method overloading and method overriding. Okay, please carry on. Please try to write on the. Okay, I'm not going to write anything here. Okay, this question answer is going to be empty in my document. I'm not going to write. You have to write. I'll wait for 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Guys, are we done? Should I wait for another 1 2 minutes?
I'm done, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. Can someone tell me like what differences that you have written between method overloading and method overriding?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, Nitish, you can.
Yeah, sir, method overloading, it means when we write the multiple method inside the class, and just like method name must be same, we can say method overloading. And method overloading, some rules just like for method name must be same, number of parameter, type of parameter, order of parameters is different. And method overriding, it means method overriding, we can say process implementing superclass method in subclass method with the same signature. It is called method overriding. And here some method overriding following some rule just like for method name must be same, number of parameter, type of parameter, and order of parameter is same.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Any other difference? That is okay. That is overriding as per the definition.
Method overloading, it does
just-
not depend on access modifier.
Just like we can say method overriding, we can compile time polymorphism. Method overloading is compile time polymorphism, and method overriding is a runtime polymorphism. And we
Okay,
can say dynamic dispatch is also method overriding.
Okay. Lakshmi, you're trying to say something? Or Sushmita, something?
Method overloading, it does not depend on parent-child class inheritance. Overriding depends on inheritance.
Okay.
Method overloading, it does not depend on access modifier.
Okay.
But method overriding, it depends on access modifier.
Okay.
Whether it is or it is its access level is more or not.
Mhm. Okay.
And
Any
it
other?
does not depend on the parameters.
Okay. Very good. Next, any other difference so far? Nitish has said some differences, and Sushmita has said some differences. Now, apart from these differences, can anybody tell any other difference which these two guys have not covered?
In overriding, the return type of the method must be same, and overloading, no need to check the return type.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. Yes, Sanjay, you are correct. Apart from that, that is covered. I think Sushmita has covered it.
Okay.
Any other difference apart from that? Anyone? Could you please speak out? You can unmute your mic and please try to tell me some difference. Yes. Any other difference, guys? No? Are you not recollecting it? Okay, I have a question to you. Can I overload a private method or a static method? Or even final method? Today we are going to see final method,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes, sir.
Can I?
No,
Can
we
I-
can't.
can
We
I
can't
o-
override them.
No,
But we
I'm
can
asking
overload them.
Overload.
Yes.
Static
We can
private
overload them, but we can't override them.
Yes. That's also a difference, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good. And let's take constructor. Can we overload a constructor?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Can we override a constructor?
No.
No, sir.
No.
So that is also one difference.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because constructor overloading also a part of method overloading. Construct is a special method, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We can overload constructor, but we cannot override a constructor. Am I clear with all these points?
Yes.
Like this,
Yes,
like
sir.
this, yeah, like this, everybody fill up all the gaps and try to make sure that you got the perfect answer between method overloading and method overriding. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Sorry, let's go ahead, guys. So I would like to continue with the next keyword, which is called final, which is a non-access modifier.
Yeah.
We're discussing about final keyword.
Yo.
Once you got the final keyword, then we'll go ahead with abstract classes. That's called abstract keyword, where we are going to see about abstract classes and interfaces. Okay, that topic we are going to enter. So today we want to start with the final keyword first. Okay, let's go ahead. So here I'm going to start with the final keyword, guys.
Yes, sir.
Final keyword. Yeah, actually, final is a shortcut for finalized. So this is actually called one non-access modifier. Apart from private, public, protected, and default, whatever the other keywords that we have, like static, we discussed earlier. And now we are going with the final. And tomorrow you are going to get abstract, the other keyword. And in further classes, you will come to know the volatile, transient, synchronized, like
Yes.
different other keywords you are going to get it. So these are all comes under one category called as non-access modifiers. Okay. So basically, final is a short form for finalized. So finalized, I mean, otherwise I could say that it is called fixed. So whatever that is, finalized or fixed, whatever it is. Okay, guys, just give me a second. Just give me a second. I got a call. Just give me a second. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'll continue. So actually, final is the short form from finalized keyword. Yes. Let's understand about what the final keyword is all about. Okay. Let's go ahead. See here, what I'm saying is, okay, it's better to start in next slide, next page. Yeah. So in Java, now if at all you want to represent any fixed value,
Yeah.
right? I won't tell. In other languages, we have something called as const keyword is there. Const keyword in other languages is representing, like for example, if you go to C language, there you can find something called as const, or in C++ as well, we have something called as const keyword. That is to represent a constant value. Okay. That is basically called as constant value, guys. So when you come to Java programming, to represent a constant value or a fixed value in Java, then we have a keyword called final, which is nothing but finalized. For example, if you apply it for variable, then we can say that variable is finalized variable, which is nothing but its value you cannot modify again. You can only initialize that variable, and once it is initialized, you can't able to modify the value of it. It is finalized variable. And if you create, for example, a method as final, let's say, if you create a method as final, then we can say, okay, this method is finalized. Means what? You cannot override this method. You cannot redefine this method. Okay. Similarly, if you write a class is final, let's say, which meaning is what this class is finalized, which means you cannot extend this class and you cannot able to override any methods of it.
Yes.
Okay. So wherever we apply final basically we can apply for class. Final keyword, we can use it for a variable, which I mean for an instance variable or even for a static variable also. Okay. So final is basically used to represent a fixed value in our application, in our Java applications. It is like a constant value. Like we don't have any const keyword. In the very old version of Java, we have const keyword as well, but that's removed already. I think in versions 1, 2 only. So in place of that, we got the final keyword. So if you write, if you use final, which is nothing but fixed, you can use it for variables, you can use it for methods, you can use it for you can't use it for constructor, you can use it for local variables, or even you can use it for method parameters. And what else? You can use it for classes. And I will write all those things now. So basically final means fixed. If you have a final variable,
We cannot change the value.
you cannot update the value or you cannot modify the value once it is initialized. I'll tell you how we can initialize it. If you have a method as final, which means you can't able to override that method. You can redefine the same method. You can overload the method because parameters are going to be different, but you cannot override the method. You can redefine the method. Okay. The same method you can't redefine again because it's finalized definition. That's what final. And if you make a class as final, you can't extend it. You can't create a child class for it. Okay. So, which means it is finalized. The class is finalized. The method is finalized. The variable is finalized. Okay. And you can't apply it for constructor, obviously. For constructors, we cannot apply static, final, these kind of things. Non-access modifiers cannot be applicable for non-access modifiers cannot be applicable for all the constructor. Okay, we can only apply either public, protected, private, default. Only access modifiers we can able to apply, but we can't apply something like what non-access modifier. Am I clear with this? Okay, so basically point to write is what final. Now let me just let me write some points so that you guys could able to get it properly. So basically what I'm writing is final. Okay, final is final is a non-access modifier. Is a non-access modifier. Basically what final represents, it's fixed value. So final is a non-access modifier which represents that a definition is finalized. So what I'm saying is it is a way of representing, it is a way of representing constant value or something constant in Java better, because we can write method also final. This is a way of representing constant in Java, right? So we can apply this access modifier. This is called non-access modifier, and we can apply it for variables. Okay, we can apply it for variables. We can apply it for class. We can apply it for method. We can apply it for local variable also, static variable also. It's just I'm writing about for whom it is applicable, right? So I'll write one by one, guys. So final keyword could be used. So final keyword could be used with instance variable. Okay, or we could apply it first with a static variable. And obviously we can apply it for instance method And if you want, you can apply for a static method also. But we know that static methods we cannot override. Am I right? So
Yes, sir.
basically thing is what now, if you apply final for a static method, there will be no use, because anyhow static methods we cannot override, because static methods belongs to are associated with a class, not with what we can call object, right? So that's why I'm writing instance variable, and you can use it for static variable, no problem. And next we can apply it for instance method. Instance method, guys. So what I'm trying to say is, now, for example, just observe it. We have our example code already. For example, I have something called as overloading demo. Okay, something I'm writing here. For example, I'm writing public static final. Okay, return type is void and method name is m1. I would like to ask a question. Are you getting any error in this line number 10 in this code as of now?
No.
Do you have any error at line 10 here?
No.
No, sir.
No. Actually, can we override a static method?
No.
No.
No, we can't override. Can I override a final method as well?
No.
No. So which means if I write static and final, guys, if I write static and final, both for this method, for a static method, if I apply final, I won't get any error. But in general, anyhow static methods we cannot override. Correct? Anyhow static methods we cannot override. And final methods also we cannot override. We can overload final method, and we can overload even static method also. For example, I'm writing here public static final void m1 with parameter of index. See, both are different, right? So there is a parameter here. So if you look at this, there is m1 method with parameter of index. There is m1 method without any parameter. This is called method overloading.
Overloading.
Yes, we can overload final method. Why not? Even we can overload static method also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, I mean, okay, we can write these modifiers, but I want to say that what? If you write static and final both for a method,
But we cannot override.
we can't override static method. Even final method also we cannot override. That's
Yes.
why if you write static and final, but both are looking same,
No use.
we can write, but
Anyone.
we don't get any additional benefit. That's what I'm trying to say. Instead of that, I can write only static is correct.
Yes, sir.
Instead of writing static final.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Because this is a compile time polymorphism, so compiler
Yes.
is responsible.
Yes. Okay. Did you get my point, guys? So what I'm trying to say is, no, I can write, I mean, in my notes, when I'm writing the 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm writing here. Final keyword could be used with instance variable, static variable, instance method, static method, like that I'm writing. But really, do we have any particular use with the static method means? Exactly, no. We don't get any additional benefit of it. But it allows, because it is allowing for instance method, and similarly it's allowing for static method also. That's the only reason I guess that in Java they have given like that. Okay. And next we can also use it for class.
Yes.
So can we write a class as static directly?
No class static. Not we can write.
Can we write a class as static?
No.
Sorry?
No, sir.
No, can't we write a static class?
Static and
Yes,
no.
we can.
We
Yes.
can write.
Oh, really? Can we write class as static?
No, sir. Static.
Don't get confused, okay? My question is very clear. Can we write a class as static?
No, sir. We can use static for only constructor, method, and static block.
Static constructor is not there. We can't use a static constructor.
So,
No,
sorry,
method.
for block, method.
Variable.
Variable.
Method.
By variable, we can use static keyword, right?
Yes.
Variable,
Static
method, and
variable, static
static.
method, static block. Do you know about a concept called as inner classes? I think I have explained all these points to you.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes.
Do you know inner classes?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So at the time of inner classes, you got to know that for inner class also we can write static keyword.
Static keyboard, but main class is not.
Outer class cannot be static.
Yes.
Even we can't write outer class as private or protected also, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Outer class,
Yes.
outer class can have access modifier as either public, otherwise default.
Hmm.
But if it is inner class, we can write private, protected, public, default, even static also.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. Please don't, forget the points. Okay. So yes, static we can write, but for inner class, that's the answer. Next. Okay. Leave over there. But final we can write directly for a class, no problem. Final class is there. Final variable is there. Final method is there. Even for a static method also we can write final. Even for static variable also we can use final. And even final we can also use for a local variable. So the only one modifier that we can use with final, with local variable is final. Everybody. Even for a local variable also we can use final. Okay, guys. Please try to get the concept here, guys. Okay. Okay. So final keyword could be used with all the 6 types. With instance variable we can use final. With the static variable.
Instance
With
methods.
instance method, with the static method, but basically with the static method, if you use final, you are not getting any more additional benefit. With instance method, if you use final, yes, we can't override the instance method. But static method, anyhow, we cannot override. So just because it's allowing for instance method, maybe they have allowed for static method as well. So final, and we can make the class as final, and even we can also use local variable as a final. Do remember the only one modifier that could be used with a local variable is final. Except final, you cannot use any other for local variable. First of all, could you tell me who is local variable?
Variable inside, we can define the variable inside block method the constructor. It is called local variable.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, what I'm talking is, what is local variable? Who is called local variable?
Local variable, we can define the variable inside the block method.
Inside a method or something. Okay,
Block
that is called local
constructor.
variable.
Yeah.
In that area only we can use that. We cannot use
I have
it
a method like
outside.
this. Yes, yes, correct. Public void. Okay, do. Okay, something like do work. I have a method called do work. Do some work. This is a method, guys. Do work is a method. So am I clear with you guys? Do work is my method. Am I clear with this?
Yes.
Yes, do work is a
Yes, sir.
method. Okay. Inside this method, do work. Guys, inside this method, do work. I'm writing final, or for example, I'm writing one variable. Let's say my variable name is something called as int x. Okay. Could you tell me, guys? This x is a local variable, right?
Yes.
Because we are creating the variable x inside a method called do work. That's why it is called local variable. I want to use final keyword here. Now it is going to be local variable, but I'm using
Fine. Keyword.
final. So final is allowed here. What is the only keyword or what is the only modifier that we can use with local variable? That is
Fine.
final. Only final we can use. Am I clear with you? Only final we can use. For example, if I'm using static, I'll get a compile time error. Guys,
Okay, sir.
if I read static, I'll get compile time error. Or if I use private, protected, anything, that also will give you compile time error. For example, if I use public, this will give you compile time error. Okay.
Yes, local variable cannot be public.
Yeah, local variables cannot be private or public, nothing. Only what is a modifier which is allowed for local variable is
Final.
final. Fine. Okay, do remember this point. Very good. Good to know. Good to know. Yes. First, guys, let's talk about instance variable.
Then static.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
If our method is static, then we can write the static local variable.
Local variable cannot be static. Understand my point? Okay. Local variables cannot be static. Local variables cannot be private, protected, static, default, public. These are not allowed. Okay. That's what I'm saying now. The only one modifier, that's it. In entire Java. The only one modifier that we can use for a local variable is final. This is fixed. Please write this in your mind. Okay. Am I clear with you? Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I would like to start with the, I think somebody has to go into mute. Yeah. I want to start with the instance variable. Guys. So how can we create a constant variables in Java? Object level constant variables.
Using final keyword.
Yes, using final keyword. See guys, there is something called as, please understand me. There is something called as object level constant variable and a class level constant variable. Object level constant variable means what? Within that object, that variable value is constant, is fixed. If another object is created,
Class.
in that object, that variable value is fixed. This is called what type of constant, guys? Hey, I think you are not catching my point. I would like to write the example I'll take an example to get into this. Did anybody has catched my point? Did anyone has catched my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
After initialization, we can't change the values in the object.
Sorry.
After initialization, we can't change the values in the object.
Yeah. Yeah. See, guys, please understand me. Okay, nothing to worry. Please don't worry about that. See, please understand, guys, this is what I can call, this is an object of bank account class. Object name is BA1, bank account 1. This object name is BA2, bank account 2. This is BA1, bank account 1. This is BA2, bank account 2. Hope you guys got it right.
Yes,
Hope
sir.
you guys got it. Okay, clear.
Yes.
Am I clear with you? Right. BA1, BA2. Now let's go ahead. In a bank account, there is a property called account number. There is a property called account number. Assume that. And also there is a property called balance. Property, which is a variable in the account class, bank account class with the setter getter methods. That is called a property. There is an attribute called account number. There is another attribute called balance. Similarly, in the second object also we can find the same thing, right? There is an account number and balance. Account number and balance. Account number and balance. So did everyone understand this now? First of all, there is a class. Assume that there is a class called as bank account, and there are two objects I have created. Bank account object name BA1 and second object name is BA2. There are two variables, account number and balance, account number and balance. Am I clear so far? Or do you have any questions to me?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Now let's come to the point. Guys, I have account number 1. Suppose account number 1 is 2199 800-456. And in the second bank account also there is an account number. Every account has an account number, right? So 3400874167. Guys, I have a question to you. This account number will change again while creating this first account, the bank account. This is the account number allotted. For example, he is a customer 1, he is a customer 2. This is a bank account belongs to customer 1, this is a bank account belongs to customer 2. Will the bank account number will change?
No, will not change.
What about balance?
Will change.
Currently this customer has a balance of 3,789 rupees. And this guy has balance of 67,891 rupees. Is the balance is also same? These are customer 1's bank account. This is customer 2's bank account. Will both have the same balance forever?
No, will not have.
Will not. But what about the bank account number, guys?
Permanent, it will be same.
Account number will not be changed, right?
Yes.
Account number is fixed.
Yes.
Once the object is created, while creating this object only, this account number is allotted for this customer while opening his bank account, and this number is fixed. And his balance may change over a period of time. But account number will not change. This account number is fixed for first customer. This account number is fixed for the second customer. Am I clear with you?
Yes, sir.
Now, I would like to ask a question to you. Please listen to me, guys. Please focus. Please focus. What I'm saying, this account number is a fixed value for all objects of the bank account class, or is it fixed for each object?
Each object.
Fixed for each object.
It's fixed for each object, right? It's not for all objects of a class. This is called object level constant or class level constant?
Object level constant.
Object level constant. Very good. Object level constant. So guys, suppose I'm creating a class like this. Here I'm writing my class public. I'm writing in shortcut, guys. Public P class bank account. Okay. Here I'm writing what here? Private, final, long, account number. Private. Okay. Double. I'm not using final, just double balance. And remaining code I'm not writing. Am I clear with you? Did you understood about how the class is?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So why I'm using final here?
It will not change.
Is a fixed value
Because
for
this account number is constant. This account number is constant for all objects of this class or for each object of a class?
For each object of it.
That's why I'm not using static keyword.
Okay.
That's why I'm not using static keyword. I'm not using static keyword, static final, just I'm using only final. Okay, right. If it is final variable, now tell me the question is now, is it a class level, is it a class level constant or object level constant?
Object level constant.
Object level constant. Very good. Object level constant. That's good. Fine. And one more thing is, if you declare any variable as final variable, do remember, you can initialize this variable directly. Directly means equal to, and you can assign the number.
Yes.
Okay. Or you can also initialize it in a constructor. I repeat. But how many times we can initialize this?
Only one time.
Only one time. Only once. If you try to reinitialize the variable, you will get a compile time error. Okay. I think you might have got my point, right? Am I clear with this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where can I initialize this now? I can initialize anywhere, but it could be for one time only. Mostly we are able to initialization within constructor. Within constructor. In constructor, I will do initialization for this account number. Okay. In constructor also, when I'm initializing this account number, I can't, account numbers are randomly generated numbers. I mean, I will apply some formula. I'll apply some formula for generating the random series of account numbers, so that same account number will not be generated for next customer whenever another customer is trying to open the bank account. Am I clear with you? Yes. Everybody. So, guys, am I clear with you guys? Everyone? So far, whatever we discussed. Okay, I would like to write those points now. I've given much explanation, but less points today. But I want to write now. I want to write further points, all the points, what just now I've explained. Yes? Yes, I want to write the point here. Yes, I want to write the point here. What's the point I wanted? I'll tell you. Okay, what's the point I wanted? I'll tell you. Guys. If you want to create a object level constant, variable, then create an instance variable. Create an instance variable as final. If you want to create an object level, constant variable, then create an instance variable as final. Next, important point, guys. If you declare a variable as final, then you can initialize that variable for only how many times? Once. You can't initialize for multiple times. Next, the other important point. Of course, you want to initialize in a constructor, or you want to initialize in a directly you want to initialize, that is okay. But you can initialize only for once. And moreover, guys, important thing is, if you declare any variable as final, guys, you cannot define a setter method. I repeat once again, you can't define a setter method if that variable is final. We know about setter getter methods. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we cannot define setter method if a variable is final. I have a question for you. Can I define a getter method?
Yes. Yes, sir.
How do you say yes?
Because it is only to read, right?
Exactly. Correct answer. Guys, setter method, what is the use of setter? What is the use of a setter method? What is the use of a getter method? What is the use of a setter method?
To set the value.
Setter method used to change the value, right? Update the value.
Yes.
And getter method is to
Get the value.
fetch the value, retrieve the value, or fetch the value. So,
Yes.
guys, if I create a getter method for a final variable, will the value of the variable is going to be changed?
No.
No, because getter method is just for what?
Fetch the value.
Just to
Get
fetch
the
the value, right? It is just to fetch the value, not to update the value or not to modify the value, right? So we can define what?
We can define getter method.
Yes, we can define getter method, but we cannot define what?
Setter.
Setter method. Clear. So what can I say here? What can I say here, guys? If for a final variable, we can't define a setter method, but we can define a getter method. Guys, everybody, am I clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me write example, and I'll paste the diagram here. First, let me open my drawing page. Let me open my drawing page and I would like to draw here. So first let me write a class here. Let's say, for example, I have a class called bank account. And here I'm writing private private, and I'll use final. Okay, final long account number, semicolon. Next, I'll say private double balance. And here I'm writing constructor. I'm writing a constructor bank account. It's like parameterless constructor. Here I'm writing account number equal to, this is called initializing, or even I create this dot account number also, or directly account number equal to, because I don't have any local variable matching with the instance variable. So account number equal to, I can have some formula math dot random or random dot random integer of so and so. Something like that. Okay. Some logic here. Let's say, for example, new random. Random is a class in Java. Dot next int of, let's say, for example, 1 million. Okay, I mean 10 lakhs. It is going to generate a random number between, or even we can say 100 million. Doesn't matter. It is going to generate one random number from 0 to the given number minus 1. This is upper limit minus 1. For example, if it is, let's say, for example, 1 crore, it is 1 crore minus 1. From 0 to 1 crore minus 1, between this, one random number will be generated as a account number. Then even I can initialize balance with 0. Initial balance, whenever account is created, balance will be 0. Okay, guys. Now, can I define setter and getter method for balance variable?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Yes. What about account number? Can we define setter getter method for account number?
We can define only getter method, not
We can only
setter.
define getter method, but we can't define setter method. So I would like to conclude the class by writing this example to you. Public return type is long. Method name is get account number. This is to return the account number, right?
Yes, sir.
This is to return the account number.
Return account.
Account number.
Account.
But what about balance?
We can write setter and getter.
We can write
both.
setter and getter methods also, right? Both we can write. Am I clear with you guys, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So I'm writing here. It's visible to you. Right. Public.
Public
Return type is void.
Void.
Method is set balance.
balance.
You know already how to define setter getter methods.
Double balance.
Yes.
Very good. Good to know.
This dot balance equal to
Balance equal to balance. How to define getter method?
public double
Public double
get balance
get balance.
return
Get balance. Return balance.
balance.
Okay, this is the class now. This is one class. Guys, with this, did you understood about instance variable as the final variable here?
Yes, sir.
Everybody,
Yes,
did
sir.
you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me write example. Example, I have written the same code here. Bank account, we took final variable, long final, account number is final, and we are initializing within constructor. And later we can able to change the balance by using set balance method, but account number For account number, we cannot create a setter method. Only we can create a getter method, but we cannot create the setter method. So am I clear for today?
Yes, sir.
I would like to stop the session here. Am I clear for today? Yes?
For me, clear, sir.
Okay. What about the other guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions
Yes.
to me? I'm going to share these notes for you now. Do you have any other questions to me apart from the notes?
So on 13th July notes also you can share.
Sorry.
The 13th July.
Okay. That's okay. I'll take care of that apart from the notes. Okay. I think you don't have any other doubts. So I'd like to stop the session here.